You're in Braves country.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Almond Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? Try to save the bubble. Really, this is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Well, the season's finally here, and the players...
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day, as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
The armchair quarterback, he's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man with a cool one in his
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
You're in Braves country.
Good morning, Braves Country! Hope y'all are having a good day.
We did win the series last night, and we're playing good baseball. We're starting to play a lot better than we have. So that's what we can take away from this as far as being the good. Obviously, the ugly was whatever the hell happened at the trade deadline, or didn't happen at the trade deadline. And the bad is where we're at in the standings currently. 16 games out of the East. We're 11 games back of the wild card with a ton of teams you'd have to leapfrog. But you do get to play spoiler. And tonight, to me, is an exciting game to do because it's Hurston Waldrop Day. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited to see if Hurston Waldrop can go out there and pitch as well as he's pitched the last 2 times we've seen him. This is a Cleveland offense that really isn't that spectacular. They have stayed in the wild card race because of their pitching. So I'm expecting a low-scoring series, not just a low-scoring game. Cantillo, I actually looked at his video early this morning to get an idea of what he looks like. He's got some pretty good stuff. He's not a power pitcher, but he's got a couple of nasty breaking balls. He stays around the zone. And then you got Sassoni on Saturday and Allen on Sunday. And the Braves are going to send Waldrop, Wentz, and Fetty, which means if you want to win this series, you got to win the first 2. Because Fetty versus Logan Allen just seems like we're walking into a hornet's nest. You got a guy who's got an ERA under 4. He's a solid pitcher, usually gives good innings for Cleveland. And we're going to send Erick Fetty out there, and we all know what the hell he's about. Saturday night's matchup, Joey Wentz, who has had some good games, had some bad games, but I think he's coming back down to earth. The more and more people see and be able to put tape on him, his 3 pitches are not that dominating. You're going to have problems. He's a guy that really should be in the bullpen. And if the Braves continue to start him, he really needs to be an opener or swing a piggyback. He shouldn't be expected to go out there and throw 6, 7 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings. It's just a little absurd. So if we're going to win the first 2 games, we need to win tonight, number 1, and then Saturday night's game, you hope to get off to a good start. Hopefully, Waldrop can give us some good innings, and we can lay off the back of that bullpen a little bit, and maybe we get to the starter tonight. And maybe we do score some runs, and we get to it that way. But Waldrop, to me, is the star of the weekend. We get to see Waldrop pitch on Friday. We're expecting 1, maybe 2 more starts from Chris Sale down on the farm. And then we'll end up going to, if he has 2 more starts, I would tend to think that if they play it out logistically and they want to actually get him into a normal rhythm, he'll pitch again this weekend and then pitch 1 more time the following weekend, which means we'll get him in September, early September. But considering the fact that they don't typically play a ton of games in the early part of the week in minor league baseball, he may not start again to where we don't get him till towards the end of the first week of September or towards the beginning of the second week of September. And they're not in a hurry to bring him back. We're in a hurry to see him pitch, but we're not in a hurry to see him they're not in a hurry to get him back. So my best guess is, unless they put the pedal to the metal, he starts the week that we host Seattle, probably in that Seattle series at home in Truist Park. He could slide into the tail end of the Philly series or at Chicago, but that's assuming that they pitch him every 5 days. And they haven't done it a lot when he's been healthy. Why are they going to do it now when he's injured? So keep that in the back of your mind as we move forward with what else is going on today. This won't be a really long show today. Not a ton to go over. Obviously, they DFA'd Cookie Carrasco, and I know people were making fun of him online, and it's not his fault, man. He was picked up off the scrap heap. He's at the end of his career. Realize when you make moves like that, and people just have unrealistic expectations. But when you make moves like that, you think, as a fan, they're doing something to help you win games. Sometimes what they've done in the last several weeks, the Braves are doing it just to get through games, and there is a difference. If you want to look at the bright side of what's going on in Major League Baseball, we went over it a little bit in the Armchair Quarterback show at 9 a.m. We actually went to a lot of baseball talk, but one of the things we were looking at is you've got the Dodgers, who are now in the wild card race. They're no longer lead their division. They trail the Padres. That game we're doing tonight, that's your late night game, Dodgers and Padres, should be a fun series, and I can't wait for that game tonight. That's immediately following Braves Guardians. Dodgers and Mets are both clinging on to a wild card. It's more likely the Mets get caught. So if there's a team that you're saying, well, who should I be pulling for to catch the Mets and knock them out? It's the Cincinnati Reds. That's the most logical one. You've got St. Louis. You've got Arizona. You've even got Miami. It's hanging around, but they're all about a week behind. The team that's right on the heels of the Mets, half game behind the Mets, is Cincinnati. And so that should be a fun team to pull for. And we'll see if we can sneak. The problem is they normally play the same time the Braves play. But we'll see if we can somehow sneak in a Cincinnati Reds game here or there into the doubleheaders going forward. Let's see what else we have here. Man, they celebrate everything with the Mets. You can tell their bar is so low. They did a big thing on their social media page that Kodai Senga has hit 300 strikeouts in his career. This isn't his first season. So, whoopity-doo! All right, 300 strikeouts. That's a low bar, man. That's a really low bar. Acuna is expected to possibly be back this weekend. We're doing this show early today, so who knows if they're going to. Now, here's an interesting quote that I'm coming across, and I'm trying to see who this is. I guess this was Bryce Elder that said that. I know we're quite a ways back, but you never know what could happen. But if it doesn't work out, we could spoil a lot of stuff for other teams. And I think work it into the future. We've got a lot of good baseball left to play, a long way to go. That's what I've been saying all along, is that there's so many knuckleheads that are out there saying we need to tank, we need to tank, we need to tank about a draft pick. Number one with the bullet, the draft pick is a lottery. So you're not even guaranteed. If you have the worst record, you're not even guaranteed the lottery, the number one pick. But you're not going to have the worst record because Colorado has it by a mile. So you're not even going to get the highest percentage to get the lottery. So what the hell is the point? Why not go out there and try to win games? And no matter what these morons think, winning games in August and September can lead to momentum into April. You've seen it a ton of times over the years. You've seen it with Braves teams. You've seen it with teams that are not the Atlanta Braves, where a team finishes strong in September, and the next thing you know, they're the bee's knees coming out of spring training, and they shoot off like a cannon. And if this team gets incredibly close, let's say within 5 games of the wild card, they're all going to be kicking themselves in the ass about the terrible start they had, and that could change a lot of their attitudes and a lot of the work environment in the off season when we know change is coming anyways. So with that being said, I was just saying the same stupid ass comment. I'm not going to call the guy's name out because it's not fair. He's not here to defend himself. But he said he was talking about winning the series. Out of contention, completely inept. Way to ruin your draft position, chances for the number 1 overall pick. Finishing the season strong always diminishes the chances the roster gets improved. No, it's not. This is probably an idiot who, let me see what his favorite fandom is. It doesn't show. He's just a moron. He's probably more than anything else a football fan and thinks it works like the football draft. And if not, then he's an NBA fan and he thinks it works. You draft a guy out of college baseball or out of high school, which is typically what ends up happening with the number 1 overall pick. You won't see that guy for 5 years. What the hell does that got to do with the team that's put in place right now that can win next year? Anybody you draft in 2026 is not going to help you in 2026 because the draft doesn't even happen until June, and the guy won't get into your camp until July or August. And at best, he's helping you the following spring. So it has nothing to do with 2026. Has nothing to do with 2027 in all likelihood, unless there's a phenom like a Paul Skeens that is being drafted out of college at the top. But I know how the Braves think, and you know how the Braves think. They'll probably draft some 18-year-old kid out of high school if they have the number 1 overall pick. Oh, this guy's going to be phenomenal in 2032. Well, what the hell does that matter? Because all the guys that are playing right now are either going to be gone, retired, or past their prime. The tanking thing is a stupid-ass thing. Now, look, NFL, I won't beat you up for it because it's immediate gains. NBA, it's a little sketchy because you have a lottery, but usually you want one of the top 2 picks, maybe 3. Baseball, it's a crapshoot. So many guys have been drafted number 1 overall that don't make it. I won't go into the whole rebuttal from the sports writer, but basically he says fans who pay tickets, who pay for tickets, expect something out of the game. Fans who sit at home, whether they're watching it or listening on radio or consuming it on Braves Country Radio, they want something more than let's go get our teeth kicked in for the next 40-day games. And I can't do it as a fan of my team to root against my guys. Those are our kids, man. We're pulling for them every single night. I can't do it. I can't go, oh, can't wait to see them lose tonight so I can get possibly. I bet the same jackass doesn't even know who the projected number 1 overall pick is for the for the minor league baseball draft. Maybe we'll take a look at that for next time. I don't have it in front of me. I've scanned over it, but nothing's jumped off the page where I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's going to be immediate help. The last several drafts, it's usually take 2 or 3 years, and these are guys who are top of their game in college. And we also know something else. Let's say you get a Paul Skeens, and let's say you rush him to the major in 2027. So remember the morons when we drafted Hurst and Waldrop? Oh, you got to bring them up. You got to bring them up now. This is when we're in the playoff race. A kid who just left college, you're going to put him in like October baseball. Go put him in the bullpen because they think it's a damn video game that it's all interchangeable robots that they're just putting in and out. Okay. Now we all know that's nonsense. If you think that a guy can do that, you don't know baseball. But let's say you drafted Paul Skeens and he comes up in 2027 from the 26th draft. There's no way you're going to see him before June because they're going to try to manipulate the contract. They don't want to start his contract. So already, you're not starting the beginning of that season. So for 2 seasons, and most likely, in all likelihood, whoever you draft is not going to make it to the majors in that season. So best case scenario, and if he does, it's going to be very limited, and you don't want to lean on him in the postseason. So what are we talking about? 2028 at the best, and I'm supposed to pull against my team now for that? Shut the hell up. Look at what the Dodgers did in the offseason. They got a guy who is a professional baseball player, Roki Sasaki, and rushed him to the majors. He's in the middle of a rehab stint down in what's their AAA, Oklahoma City. He threw 2 innings, 3 earned runs, and 6 hits, no strikeouts, and a walk. He's struggling at that level. And this kid played professional baseball at one of the highest levels in the world. Japanese baseball is one of the highest. It's not Major League Baseball, I get that, but it's right there. So the idea that you can make a draft pick and change the team, this is not going to be. You're not going to make a draft pick and all of a sudden you're turning the Buffalo Bills around because Josh Allen's your quarterback. This isn't it. This isn't it. There's not going to be a Patrick Mahomes out there. You're like, oh, look what we did. It doesn't happen. The best case scenario, it takes him. Look at the kid that just won the home run derby and possibly the AL MVP for the Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh. He was playing college baseball at Florida State about 7 years ago. It takes a while to develop these kids. So it's dumb. It's so incredibly dumb to think that you're going to, because you may even get the top pick. You may even get what you think is the Paul Skeens. And then that guy ends up being trash. There's so many, I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular, but there have been so many number 1, number 2, number 3 picks that have not panned out. Hell, some of them we grab up off the trash heap 10 years later, and you see them coming out of our bullpen, or we're going up against them, and I go, hey, man, remember this guy? You remember this guy? So that's where we're at on that. We're going to get out of here. Going forward, these Braves Country today's, if it's a Thursday or Friday, it's going to be going off earlier, because it's too big of a drop for me to have to wait around 2 hours after the kickoff show comes on at 9 a.m. And then I'm stuck in limbo, not being able to get anything done. So that's the reason why it's early if you're just joining us. Apologize for the short notice, but I've got some things I've got to get done around the noon time, and I can't slow it down because we got a doubleheader tonight, so I got to get ready for that as well. This weekend, doubleheader, Friday night, Braves, Guardians, and Dodgers, Padres is the late game tonight. Then Saturday night, baseball with the Braves and Guardians. Sunday afternoon, Braves and Guardians. And then we have a doubleheader on Friday. On Monday. And that's going to be Brewers and Cubs, and then Braves and White Sox. So there you have that, and then we'll figure out the rest. Like I said, if we can squeeze it in, I'm going to start trying to get some of these matchups for teams y'all may be pulling for, like a Cincinnati Reds. But I got to look at their schedule and see what's doable, because they normally start their game right around the time the Braves start theirs. Maybe they have a West Coast trip that I'm not aware of that's coming up. Well, we'll see you next time. And see you tonight, 7:10 first pitch. Not 7:15. We're on the road. We're in Cleveland. 7:10. Have a good one. Braves Country. Hope y'all enjoyed Braves Country Day. A little bit of an abbreviated version because we're running out of time. Now let's go ahead. Wanted to make sure we got you these interviews from last night after the big win, series win against the Mets. First, it's Ozzie Albies. Let's take a listen.
Ozzie, take me into that 8th inning at bat. Michaels just tied the game with a big double. There's a mound visit as you're walking to the plate with a chance to give the Braves the lead. What are you thinking?
Obviously we have a guy that throws hard on the mound, and I told myself, hey, just be early and, put the ball, try to get a base hit to drive Mike in, because we need runs to win the game.
A huge night for you tonight personally, but what is it like when you hear the boos raining down from these Mets fans here? You've been a Brave a long time.
That's good, because that means we're doing something better. Woo! That means we're doing something good, so I like the boos against us, yeah.
Well, Michael Harris, a big night as well. Bryce Elder tonight. When he's working at that quick pace and he's got that bulldog mentality, how does that influence the rest of the team?
Oh, it definitely, he's a ground ball pitcher, so it definitely plays huge for us to, play behind him. You just got to attack the hitters, let them hit the ball to us, and we'll play great defense for him. He's definitely great when he's, putting the ball where he wants to go.
You like hearing those Ozzie chants behind us?
Oh, definitely.
Thanks, Ozzie.
Thank you, guys.
And now we have Brian Snitker. This is right after the game. Not your traditional sitting at the press table, but kind of up against the wall with mics in his face right next to the locker room as they were trying to get the heck out of there and head to Cleveland. Here's Brian Snitker after the big series win.
I guess just Ozzie there in the 8th inning, being on time for that velocity and what he's done tonight.
It was really good. That's not an easy ride right there, that guy, and, being a former closer, and, they get to the, and, you kind of figured they had the deck stacked right with the way they wanted it in that game, and that's some good hitting.
The back-to-back doubles there in the 8th to come back again. What has this team showed you in this series?
Just that there's no quit in them. I mean, when there never has been. It hasn't went our way, but it's not because of lack of effort or anything. It's just been one of them things, and we're starting to swing the bats like we're more capable of doing, I think. And just the way we came back to really the last 3 days. We came back in all 3 of those games, and but these are good wins for us against a really good club. So I'm just glad, the guys are still staying after it, and which they do. I mean, they're pros, and they're going to come out, and they're going to give you everything they got, and it works really good, and effort and everything. It was good to see Bryce, have one of his games like that. I mean, that was huge. The timing of it, keeping us out of the bullpen just for 2 innings was awesome, and so glad he got through the 7 so he could be recipient of the win.
7 innings and 87 pitches.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
You say it was just 2 innings from the bullpen tonight, but there were 2 effective innings. And then last night, to see what they're doing here, how big is that going to be?
Just those 5 and 4 games last weekend and what they did, and it's huge. And those starts go a long way, and giving a lot of those guys down there an extra day and another day, so we're not looking at, no days off and they're pitching, and kind of resets everything. It's huge what they're doing.
So the year that Ozzie's had to battle through, how huge would this be if he's able to?
No, it's great. That's one thing about Ozzie. He never stops believing in himself. I mean, you never know when he gets to the ballpark if he's hitting 300 or, 220 or whatever. You don't know if he's 0 for 10 or 8 for 10. He's the same guy every day. He's got a great smile, that on his face, a great attitude. He works. He's got the perfect attitude to get through the pitfalls of this game, which there's a lot of them, and he keeps believing in himself. Yeah, no, he's been unbelievable. Just what he's doing, the consistency, and how he kind of found what he's doing. It's been awesome to see, because we've all seen, we've seen it in spurts, and just, he's another one that kept believing in himself, and I told him many times how much respect I had for him, because, when he wasn't hitting, he was out there helping us defensively. I mean, he never took it out there. I mean, making great plays and busting his rear, and says a lot about the individual doing that too.
At the start of the season, there were some questions about the 8th inning role, Joe Jimenez being hurt. For Dylan Lee, I think it's the 2nd time this season he's gotten Soto in a huge spot in this ballpark. Can you speak to his season, how he's embraced that role?
Been really good. Really good. He's had about all his outings have been high leverage, and which it wasn't. He's been a bridge guy up until now, and that's that's something new mentally that these guys have to experience when you assume that role. And he's been consistent, and he's kind of a flatline guy too. He doesn't get high or low, or he just kind of stays in the moment, and it's been really good.
All right, let's get ready. Pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves doubleheader tonight. Remember, stick around for Dodgers Padres. Dodgers are trying to get back into the top of the NL West. Right now, the Padres reign supreme. Let's go Friars, am I right?
Well, the season's finally here, and the players
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
The armchair quarterback, he's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
Pound of beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road, and we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing left field for your Atlanta Braves, Jurickson Profar, 6 home runs, 19 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .244. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson, 19 home runs, 71 RBI, a .262 average. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting third in right field, 14 home runs, 26 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .306. Marcell Ozuna batting cleanup, the designated hitter, 20 home runs, 59 RBI, a .238 average. Batting fifth, playing second, Ozzie Albies, 10 home runs, 47 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .227. Batting sixth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He's got 13 home runs, 60 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .250. Behind home plate, against the southpaw, it's Sean Murphy. 16 home runs, 43 RBI, a .212 average. Nacho Alvarez is batting eighth and playing third. 2 RBI, a .203 clip. Nick Allen batting ninth with a .220 average, 19 RBI, 8 stolen bases. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Hurston Waldrop Day. He's 2-0 with a 1.54 ERA. A .86 whip, 11 innings, 10 strikeouts, 7 hits, 3 walks, no home run served. He'll be going head-to-head versus Joey Cantillo. He's 3-2 with a 1.40 whip and a 4.11 ERA. 61 innings, 75 strikeouts, 54 hits allowed, 32 walks, 8 home runs served. Backing up Joey in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing left field, Stephen Kwan. 10 home runs, 40 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .275. Batting second, center fielder, Daniel Schneemann. That name just sounds like something they would make up on Seinfeld. 10 home runs, 30 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .229. Jose Ramirez is batting third, playing third. 25 home runs, 64 RBI, 35 stolen bases, batting .298. The designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo, 21 home runs, 54 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .242. Arias is at short and batting fifth, 9 home runs, 45 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .236. Santana is at first and batting sixth, 11 homers, 51 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .227. Kafis is in right field and batting seventh, a .235 average with 1 home run, 6 RBI, 1 stolen base in 34 at-bats. Bo Naylor is behind home plate and batting eighth, 11 home runs, 27 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .174. And Rocchio is batting ninth and playing second. 1 home run, 28 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .232. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Charlie Ramos. Your first base umpire, Alfonso Marquez. Second base will be manned by Willie Traynor, and down the third base line, it's Carlos Torres. Game time temperatures here in Cleveland, Ohio for the 7:10 first pitch. Expect to be about 81 degrees with the wind blowing in from right field into left at about 6 miles an hour, so not much of a factor. Your Atlanta Braves, or a virtual pick'em, minus 100 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Our pick to click tonight, well, this shouldn't surprise you, but none of the Braves have faced Joey Cantillo, and he's a tough southpaw, so we'll stay away from the lefties. What the hell? Let's go with Ronald Acuna Jr. He normally comes out ripping and gripping when he comes off the IL. I say he goes yard tonight, and your Atlanta Braves keep the good times rolling. We win one behind Hurston Waldrop in a good old-fashioned rock fight, 4-1. Your American Rebel Beer, keys to the game tonight. We'll just have to see how the Braves deal with this southpaw who's got decent numbers and a high strikeout rate. That surprised me. I've only seen clips of him. I've never actually sat down and watched him pitch. 61 innings and 75 strikeouts. That's not nothing. But the other thing that jumps out, pretty high walk rate. So if they can work the count and get the ball up, because he's given up 8 dingers in just 61 innings. The Braves can score on this guy, though his ERA is not that high. It does appear that he has a tendency to walk a guy and let the next guy let her fly. We can get a couple of those tonight. That's all we'll need. Tough bullpen in the back of Cleveland, even though they're missing their main guy because of the betting scandal. Still a tough road to hoe. Waldrop, we need 5-6 very strong innings out of him. And there will be a couple of guys we can't touch in the bullpen because of the Mets series. But all in all, they're pretty well rested across the board. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to see Ronald Acuna Jr., but I'm terrified that he's out there again this quick after what we thought may have been an Achilles injury. Didn't end up being that, but these calf injuries can turn into Achilles injuries. We see it a lot in the NBA. It's a different sport. We get it. Not as much acceleration, but it does make you a little concerned. We just hope you can bubble wrap him, get him to the offseason, another offseason of resting and be able to rock and roll and hit the ground running, literally, in 2026. Let's go out there and ruin the weekend for another baseball team, Braves country. If we can't go, neither can you. Let's go! Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
You see something like that going forward, that's going to be the cutoff meeting. That's where we start calling out names for roll call so that I can make it a little more concise. if that makes sense. All right, let's see what we got going on here tonight. We're going to try to scroll back about 10 minutes, I guess. What time have we got here? Yeah, we'll go about the 6 to 43 range is where we'll hit at. I see HHO in the chat tonight. Welcome in. Sleepwalking Country Club member. Braden Quinn, Country Club member. George Pearson. Uncle Charlie Fritz, Country Club member. And admin. Who else do we have in here? Collier Lindick. Timothy Moore. Who else do we have in here? Assuming Royal Pete is in here. There's what you're talking about, Willis Mathis and Timmy Powell. Who else do we have in here? I think I might have mispronounced that. Timmy Panel. Timmy. Who else do we have? JJ. John. Jen and Sean in Tennessee. What part of Tennessee? Spent a decade there one year. Let me see here. Assuming B.A. Baracus, Brian Andrews in here. Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond Lovelace. Beckett Lindick. Who else do we have in here tonight? Braden, we already got you. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, jump into the chat. And we will shout you out. We are going to take a really quick break. When we come back, we'll get you set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. We had a heck of an issue with the internet today too, so if I missed you, that's got another reasoning for it as well. I know there were a bunch of comments prior to now, but power went out. Long story short, everything wouldn't connect to the internet, and it took me forever to get the studio going. But we here. We're going to try to make some lives miserable in Ohio tonight. Just like we just did in New York City. All right, we'll be back in a flash. Pitch by pitch, play by play of those Atlanta Braves that we all know and love. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call, Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
You're in Braves country.
What does everybody put on their hot dogs? I know that's always an argument. It's a good argument to get going here on a Friday night in August. I was listening to some commercial or something. I don't even remember what it was. I was trying to tell my wife, she goes, why'd you make hot dogs right before the game? Like, I don't know. Someone was talking about there's nothing better than a Coke and a hot dog. I was like, you know what? They're right. And I looked at the clock. It was right after the first show. I was like, I can't have a hot dog at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just something wrong with that, especially if you're not on vacation or at a game. So I made hot dogs. And I'm wondering what everybody likes on their hot dogs. So I'm pretty open. In fact, if I got 3 hot dogs, I usually dress them all 3 differently. Willis says mustard and onions with chili. What if there's no chili and onions running? Is it just mustard, Willis? I know some people will not put ketchup. Some people will not put mustard. I even like relish on hot dogs. I don't do it all the time. I don't think we had any tonight, so I ended up just doing one with ketchup and a couple of mustard, a couple of fixings on there. But I just like, I grew up eating them all different ways, so I don't have a set way. When I lived in Chicago, my God. You would get a fist fight going if you put ketchup on hot. That's not the right way. I was like, calm down. Your city sucks. Just calm down. It's not that big a deal. Getting just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play here at Atlanta Braves. Chicago, as I like to call it, the poor man's version of New York. Lived in both. If you ever wonder, I'll take New York over Chicago any day. But Chicago, they do have some good things. It's just not a great place to live. Waiting for that 3D to kick in, so we block the screen to keep y'all from getting all nauseous and everything. Game just about underway. In case you're new to the game. Got to do it tonight, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. See what the over/under on the lines are on the pitching market for anyone who might be interested in doing that. Normally a part of my routine, but we lost power and it was a scramble to get the internet back. The internet was working, it was the machines weren't connecting to it. Atlanta Braves looks like they're wearing their Friday Night Reds again. They must have just an overload of that particular red jersey, because we've seen them a lot on the road this year. I don't even see a strikeout number for Hurston Waldrop. Cantillo is 5.5. I mean, considering his numbers, I think you take the over, but maybe he won't go that long tonight. Maybe that's got a lot to do with it. I'd heard this could possibly be more like a bullpen game, so we'll see how far he goes. Cleveland, they're wearing I think it's probably a City Connect. Not as familiar with their jerseys as I am everybody else's. As the Braves are wearing the Friday Night Reds on the road, gray pants. Waiting for the 3D to kick in as Profar heads to home plate. Hey, it's kicking in early tonight. What do you know? What do you know? What do you say? We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of those Atlanta Braves here on Braves Country Radio. Lefty-righty matchup started off. The first pitch on the way is swung on, pops it up, can of corn. Are you kidding me? F5 in your scorecard went away. Tell you what, that Tim Hyer, he can turn any batter into a one-pitch hitter. One up, one down, one pitch. And that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. First pitch on the way is a 91-mile-an-hour fastball up top. It's 1-1. Olson at least doing the smart thing, realizing if Profar is going to swing at the first pitch, he's at least got to take one. But you can't send the number 3 hitter up there as the 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. With a must take. And that's the thing, is if you're going to be a leadoff hitter, we need you to take some pitches, man. What the hell? Ronald Acuna Jr. is in the lineup tonight, in case y'all are just joining us. He's batting next. He's on deck, coming off the IL, the 0-2. Misses high and out of the zone. 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, down below the knees, four-seam fastball. Joey Cantillo, lefty-lefty matchup, the 2-2, down and away, try to get him to chase that changeup. Full count. What you'll see from Cantillo is a four-pitch mix. Four-seam fastball 41% of the time. A changeup at 32 is the payoff pitch. Outside wide ball 4. So Matty O heads on down to first, and the Ice House gets us rolling.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, 91 miles an hour. Blew it right by him, it's 0-1. Nobody on the Braves have ever faced Cantillo. No one on the Guardians have ever faced Waldrop. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Might have been a pinch right there. Looked like it hit the top of the zone. Charlie Ramos, the home plate umpire. Hasn't been one of our favorites, but we'll give him we go in an open mind every time we see one of these folks behind the plate. The 1-1 down and into him. So a 2-1 count. Acuna coming off the IL, first time in a long time. We'll hang up and listen as Ronald Acuna Jr. digs in. He's got a pad on his knee and his shin guard as well at his foot. The 2-1 swing and a miss slider. It's 2-2. You know he really wants to get that base hit. You come off the IL like that, you're just itching for it. The 2-2 up top misses, 3-2. That one was high. Full count to Acuna. But I will say this, it was just close enough. If he gets called out, you can't complain with 2 strikes. The payoff to Acuna. Swing and a miss, chase one out of the zone. Strikeout number 1 for Cantillo, 2 away. Two down. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna digging in with 20 home runs on the year. First pitch on the way is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. Wondering how long he has gone recently, Joey Cantillo. Though he started out as more of a swing man and opener, he's gone about 4 to 5 innings each start since about, we'll call it middle of June. So they're hoping to get 5 out of him. And a pretty high strikeout rate on those. The 2-0 swing, fouls it back, it's 2-1. Not a hard thrower. He'll end up getting up at around 93 miles an hour. Usually sits around 91 on his fastball. But he's got the changeup, the curveball, and the slider that he mixes in as well. Changeup at 32% of the time, curveball 19%, and the slider at 8%. The 2-1 just grabs the top of the zone. Didn't call that to Acuna, but he did to Ozuna. He's saying something about Ozuna. Ozuna is fed up. Well, a 2-2 count. Comes set. Kicks and delivers. Caught looking strike 3. Backwards quick. K in your scorebook. And he sits down the last 2 via the strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Waldrop, Gumdrop coming to the stage.
There's only 6 people on earth that care how much you weigh. That'll be the pallbearers at your funeral. Anything else is just talk.
I told him I didn't want to get a certain vehicle because of the amount of gas I would have to spend. It cost like $80
To fill it up.
fill it up. And he said, then you said.
When it gets to half, then you put $20, you bring it back to full.
Yeah. But if I keep doing, I would have to stop more often and still spend 80.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Why?
You're complaining about when it gets to 0, you spend 80, right? When it gets to half, you put 20. Then when it get back to half, you put 20.
Yeah, but I'll keep stopping, putting 20 in, and it'll be 80.
Half of 80 is 40. But no, listen to what I'm saying. I am.
So if I every day, if I just
No, you ain't gonna have to put gas in every day. Don't play me right now.
I'm not playing.
Don't play with me right now.
So in 2003, it comes to an end in Atlanta, and he actually goes back to the Cubs.
Hitting ninth and pitching for your Chicago Cubs, number 31, Greg Maddux.
I thought it'd be cool to go back and retire where I started, and I got offered a contract that time.
Maddux, oh, what a play! A miraculous grab to Rob Redmond. Oh, man. Complete game shutout for Greg Maddux. He's 3 wins away from 300 in his career.
It was never a goal till you get close to it.
Maddux, 38 years old, 299 victories, and if he wins today, he will become the 22nd Major League pitcher to reach 300 victories.
It's obviously a special number for pitchers, and, you know, to be able to do it, yeah, it's pretty cool.
The 22nd pitcher in the history of baseball to collect 300 wins in a career. Congratulations, Greg Maddux.
Please like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. Hurston Waldrop comes in, fires the first pitch, 95-mile-an-hour sinker to Stephen Kwan. It's 0-1. Kwan was rumored quite a bit at the trade deadline, is what I'm trying to say. But they decided to hold on to him, and now they're in the race. The 0-1, 94, just misses outside. Definitely hit the zone. He's pinching tonight. You took the over, you might be unlucky. 1-1 count. This is high to him. Hurston Waldrop. Just 2 starts on the season. Number 1 draft pick, or first round draft pick out of the University of Florida. The 2-1 right there, 96. Smacks the top of the zone. It's 2-2. Just like Cantillo, no one in the Cleveland lineup has seen Hurston Waldrop. The 2-2. Swing lifts it over towards short. Here comes the throw from Nick Allen. Holy cow! Just in the nick of time. Little Nicky gets him 6-3, 1 away. He had to go a long way. And Stephen Kwan, not only is he a good runner, he's left-handed, so he got out of the box quick and off his throw. Off the side where Ozzie had to duck. If you remember the other night when Nacho didn't duck, Ozzie ducked, opened up the lane, and it's 1 away. Great defensive play by Nick Allen. Daniel Schneemann takes first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Curveball right there at the knees. It's 1-1. Schneemann playing center field tonight. 10 home runs on the year. 1-1 outside wide to him. He's got a 7.4 OPS and a 229 average. Does have 30 RBI. Center field for those Cleveland Guardians. 2-1 swing, chops it over to first. And Olsen steps on the pillow, 2 down. The Cleveland Guardians. Indians are just a half game behind the New York Yankees. Excuse me, I had a cough there. First pitch on the way to Waldrop is right there at the knees, 94 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Jose Ramirez, dangerous batter. Always has been. One of the best bats in the game, 25 home runs, 64 RBI. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. First time I've really watched him play this year. He has slimmed down. Jose Ramirez has always looked like one of those guys that might let himself go if you don't watch him. He looks like he's gotten into a good regimen. He's the 1-1 up high, 2-1. I'd say he's, from the last time I saw him, it's got to be at least 20, 25 pounds he's taken off on. 2-1 count to Joe Ram. Pitch on the way. Chop, foul, check swing, and excuse me swing. We'll do it again. Two-one count. Swing, rips it up the middle, right to Nick Allen. And no way, Jose, that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Nick Allen showing off the glove. We'll be back. 0-0 your score.
People will comment on my videos and they're like, how are you so good at giving just a dead blank stare? Honey, I'm on Prozac. I don't feel anymore.
Pull up your calendar so we can see a time that works best for everybody next week.
Okay, next week I know I don't have a lot of bandwidth.
Okay, well, you know what? Nobody does, because the holidays are coming up and you need to make time, so...
Amanda, it looks like everyone is free on Wednesday, but Brian has a mani-and-pedi with Miguel.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, Brian, do you not start your workday until 10 a.m.? Okay, you know what, you guys, I don't have time for this. Callie, I need you to take over. I need you to set up a time on my calendar and just toss it up there. I have to go. Goodbye.
Okay, listen. I refuse to let you two bring me down.
Okay, well, I'm not missing my mani-pedi with Miguel again, so...
Do you know why a hand can never be 12 inches?
Because of how tall you are?
No, because then it would be a foot.
What do you call a lesbian with braces? A box cutter?
Wins his 300th game and then, goes to LA and, pitches okay. But what I always liked about the later years in LA, San Diego, is I think he seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was, I was old and washed up and, my kids were getting older and being in Vegas, I wanted to play somewhere close to home.
Greg Maddux, the professor, is on the mound facing his former team.
Andrew Jones, he said, "You're rooting for him, ain't you?" I said, "I hope we win 1-0 and he gets a no decision."
I think I was 3 for 9 in my 9 at-bats, and I remember pretty much all 3 of them.
And it's hit in the air to right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Giles has to play it on a hop, and Chipper aboard with a leadoff single to start things here in the 6th inning.
Stole the first 2 times I got on base, and he walks behind the mound. He goes, "If you steal third, I'm doming you the next time up." So I didn't steal third.
Welcome back. Ozzie Albies leads us off. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, 76. High and out of the zone by Cantillo. It's 1-0. Just grabs the outer edge. Called for a ball. It's 2-0. He is really pinching that zone tonight. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Pops it back foul. We'll do it again. Braves nothing, Guardians nothing. Top of the 2nd inning. 2-1 swing, rips it into left field. That's down for a base hit. And let's do it, Mr. Ozzie, the Whiz, heating up at the right time.
I'm the Whiz, I'm the Whiz, I'm the Whiz, I'm the Whiz, and nobody beats me.
Got that smooth stroke. Going down and getting the low pitches. That's what he did last night from the left side of the plate. When he drove Michael Harris home to take the lead. Speaking of Harris, he stands at the plate now, lefty-lefty. First pitch, 90, misses high. It's 1-0. When Ozzie is in the groove, he goes down and he gets those low pitches, and it's a solid, methodical swing. When he's not in the groove, he's popping them up because he's getting underneath them. He's trying to knock them out of the yard. 1-0. Swing, slaps it away. 1-0. 1-1 count. Lefty. Pitch down and away to him. Got a lot of important games going on in Major League Baseball tonight. We'll keep you in the know. Got a couple of NFL preseason games tonight. We will not keep you in the know because those games do not matter whatsoever. But if there's a major injury, we'll pass along the 2-1 swing. That ball's rattled off the glove of Cantillo. Barehanded grabs it, underhands it, gets Ozzie one away. That was good hustle by Cantillo. That ball was smoked up the middle. It knocked the glove off of Cantillo, and he had the wherewithal to run, grab it with that glove hand, toss it underhanded, and get Ozzie, who was sprinting to second. Man, oh man alive. So Ozzie and Michael will switch spots. Ozzie heads to the bench. Michael will be at first. That ball was a hard hit ball, 112 miles an hour off the bat. That glove saved the day. Sean Murphy, the batter, first pitch swinging. Takes a hack at a curveball down below the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Flips it over to first to keep Michael close by. The 0-1 count. Swing. Curveball, 0-2. Phillies lead the National on your out-of-town scoreboard, 2-1 in the second. The Mariners have taken a 2-1 lead over the Metropolitans in New York, 2-1. Sean Manaea on the mound for the Mets tonight. Castillo for the Mariners. The Mariners keep trying to fight their way towards the American League playoffs, postseason as they like to call it. For whatever reason, they don't like to refer to the baseball postseason as playoffs. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Sean Murphy, he didn't have a clue on any of those pitches. He went curveball, then dropped the change on him, and he didn't have a prayer. Nacho Alvarez takes 92 on the inner track. It's 0-1. The 0-1, lefty-righty, runner at first, 2 outs. Fists it back foul, it's 0-2. It's funny, I saw some folks arguing back and forth about the damnedest thing today vehemently arguing. It was a long thread about whether or not Nacho should be batting 9th or 8th. Allen doing the opposite, right? 0-2 chops it foul. And I'm like, Nacho has no home runs batting .203. Nick Allen has no home runs batting .220, and he's lost, 18, 19 points off his batting average the last few weeks? I don't think it makes a whole heck of a lot of difference between who's sitting in 8th and who's sitting in 9th. And they weren't making the argument, get better pitches. It was the argument of who's more productive. I'm like, are you kidding me? The 0-2 drags that foul. We'll do it again. You can pretty much say goodbye to all those knuckleheads that were. Do you remember folks were actually trying to convince you that Nacho Alvarez needed to come up and take over one of the infield positions? Didn't matter which one, they were always going to Nacho. I think he's a good, solid piece coming off your bench, but he just does not have the pop in his bat. And I don't know what you're seeing. You might be looking at his ceiling. I think he's probably a little higher batting average hitter, but not someone who's going to hit more than maybe 10 home runs in a given season. 1-2. fouls it back into the game. And 10 might be stretching it. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. 1-2 count. What you'd like for him to do is start getting more base hits and more doubles and whatnot, and just running up his OPS and not worry about the home run total. 1-2. Runner goes, throw, down to second base. Michael comes off the bag, then tags the bag, but I think he's out. Looked like the throw beat him. He is, and that'll end the inning. Good throw by Bo Naylor. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. The Braves, nothing. Cleveland, nothing.
Hi, y'all. It is again time for our Appalachian word of the day. The word of the day is July. I trusted you and you cheated on me. Why July?
A buddy of mine was like, you should come to my company holiday party. And I was like, oh, I can't that day. And he's like, I haven't even told you the date yet. But I love company holiday parties. You get to be with people that you work with all day long for more hours. And you get to say, I love your ugly Christmas sweater. And they're like, that's just my sweater. And you get to be like, hey, remind me, do you go by Steve or Steven? And he's like, it's Mark. And your boss tries to crack a joke and everyone around them does the employment laughter. And at the end of the night, you get to do an Irish exit.
People, this is my wife, and we've been happily married for 1 year.
It's been 20.
Yeah, but how long my mom been living with us?
A year.
That's why I'm happy.
Mira tan cabrón que.
Well, where are you guys going? We're just out, looking for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, with North Carolina plates, you're driving all the way to Missouri for cigarettes?
How about a beer?
The last time I faced him, I take my hat off and I show him my bald head, which is all he cared about. He proceeded to get a hit.
So here we go, the Friends squaring off. And a line drive base hit up the middle.
And now he gets booed. And that spot right there, I thought would put him into a trance. It's awesome. He took a picture of the top of my head in a bus, and every time I call him, the top of my head comes up.
The joking around, the laughing, screaming, all that stuff, and being cruel to one another was all in good fun, and it was a lot of good times.
Please like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. They keep re-showing the caught stealing of Michael Harris, but there's nothing really to look at. He got beat. Bo Naylor, I mean, man, I'll tell you what, that was an impressive throw. 1-0. Curveball down and in. 2-0. It's one of those things where you probably read the scouting report and go, he don't look like he can. Damn it, he got me. 2-0 count to Manzardo. Kyle Type. Check swing. Bangs it back foul. The 2-1. Misses down and away. 3-1. Braves nothing. Cleveland nothing. Bottom of the second inning. The 3-1 pitch. Just below the knees. Down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down. First pitch on the way is a cutter at the knees to Gabriel Arias, batting .236 on the year, 9 home runs. Oh, 1. 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Y'all may remember Stephen Vogt. He's the manager for the Cleveland Guardians. Backstop for the Braves. Not that long ago. The 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. He was there just as we were taking off. I always liked him, not just the interviews, but man, I'll tell you what, he was a solid player to have coming off your bench and working as a platoon. By the time we got him, the 1-2, outside wide 2-2. He's just 40 years old. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Wall drop, gum drop, one away. First strikeout of the night. He was with the Atlanta Braves in 2021. So he got a World Series ring. He ended up getting injured late in the summer. And it was a shame because the first pitch on the way is a cutter inside. It's 1-0 to Santana. And if you remember, Travis d'Arnaud was behind the plate the entire run in October. But we could have used Vogt as a left-handed bat to come off the bench. It's 1-0 in the dirt 2-0. Even if you didn't want to pinch it with d'Arnaud to leave him back there, you still would have liked to have had his left-handed bat coming off the bench. After that, he headed to the A's and then that was his last year in Major League Baseball. He was a coach for the Mariners in 23 and then became the manager of the Guardians the next year. 2-0 smacked up the middle, and Nick Allen's not going to be able to get the runner in time, so it's going to be a 6-3 out, but he was trying to tap the bag at second base. He realized it was going to be way too close, so he decided to let it fly and make sure to get the runner at first. I think he may have been able to get it, but I think his concern was that if he doesn't get it, would he be able to get the runner going down the side anyways? I'll take considering how good he's been with the glove, I'll go ahead and lean on what he saw. First pitch on the way is a ball outside the zone to C.J. Kayfus. It's 1-0. Cleveland's got some names on their team, don't they? Schneeman, Kayfus, Manzardo. 1-0 down and in, ball 2-2. Infield back and to the right. 2-0 count. Righty lefty. Brings it. Swing, chops it foul, 2-1. This is what you were hoping to get from Waldrop when they drafted him in the first round in 2023. Stumbled a little bit out of the gates yet last year, but he has looked good so far in 2025. The 2-1 swing, chops it over to first. Good play by Olson. Hard hit ball, but right at the ice house. He'll tap the bag. We'll head to break. Top of 3. Allen grabs the stick, and then it's the top of the order.
2 years ago, I only had $24 in my bank account. Today, I got $17. I know y'all thought this was going to be motivational, but nah, I'm still broke as f***.
Hi y'all, it's time for some more Appalachian insults. They could talk ears off a billy goat. You look like 50 miles of bad road. Well, he wouldn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. The porch light is on, but nobody's home.
Old people really just don't give a f*** about anything. I'm at a customer's house today because beer and groceries just don't buy themselves, and it's an elderly couple. I'm talking to the wife and I ask if they have any kind of issues, and she says, go ask my husband, he's in the back room. So I start walking towards the back room and she yells out that he's hard of hearing, so I'm gonna have to speak up. So I get back there and I'm talking to him with a raised voice, trying to be courteous. Now this carries on for about 5 minutes, and after I'm done talking to him, he looks at me and says, I don't know why you're yelling. I might have diabetes and high cholesterol, but I'm not deaf. So I look him square in his ancient eyeballs, and I'm like, well, why in the hell you got me walking around here hooting and hollering for the last 5 minutes when you could have just told me? And on top of that, your wife told me that you're deafer than a doorknob. At that point, he reached into his pocket and told me to come closer and open up my hand. He put 2 Werther's Originals in the palm of my hand and whispered, yup, and we're going to make sure she always believes that. When I was younger, I was afraid of getting old. Now I'm really looking forward to it.
So I'm in LA. I'm 42. Throw this pitch. I mean, just
bam! Can't throw it any better. And I looked back at the scoreboard and it said 82. And I went, oh. And it was a frickin' bullet. And then I said, let me throw a changeup. And that was 79. And I went, oh, man, there's just kind of not enough separation anymore.
That was your last year?
Yeah. You know how you always want to play one more year? I think I did that like 3 years. I was content.
Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Nacho Alvarez, the four-seam fastball. Out of the zone, it's 0-1. We're going to go ahead and play this even though I don't think it's anybody's birthday, but we fixed it from a couple of days ago. There we go. The 0-1. Slapped it foul down the line. 0-2. Happy birthday to anybody who may have been born at some time before or after the start. The 0-2. Fouls it back out of play. Nacho Alvarez. We'll put a pin in that one. The 0-2 count. Brings it, swings, slaps it towards right, drifting over, making the diving catch is Kefas. One away. Robbing Nacho Alvarez of at least a single, probably extra bases because he's having to dive for that ball. If he doesn't catch it, at best case scenario, it's going to pop out of the glove and he's going to have to chase it down. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen, pops it up high in the sky, coming over making the catch. One pitch, one out. Great job there, Nick. Just a waste of space up there at the plate. I'm telling you, have him bunt every time. He's got a better chance of getting on. Elite glove, ridiculously bad bat. I'm starting to wonder if maybe Waldrop could hit better than him or any of our pitchers. Give them a chance. DH for him. First pitch on the way to Profar, who swung at the first pitch and popped it up just like Allen just did on his first time. It's 1-0. The 1-0, 92 at the knees, 2-0. 2-0 count. Relatively quiet start to the game. The Braves do have one hit. The 1-1. Hits it down the right field line. Giving chases Kefas. Going back. And it goes just to the right of the foul line. Kind of disappears with the camera action. But we'll call it, I don't know. We'll say maybe 2 feet. Man, that is close. You almost want to take a look at it, but it's not worth challenging because first of all, there's 2 outs. And second of all, the fielder was right in front of it. So I don't know if his leg was blocking the camera on all angles is what I'm getting at. The 1-2. Swing, slaps that to the hole, and that's in for a base hit. And Profar good. Let's get it, baby. Heading to the Jerk Store on a Friday night in Braves country.
Well, the Jerk Store, Cole, they're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Hanging curve, and he just poked it out there to get it down into right field. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. There's a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olson walked his first time up. The 0-1 in the dirt. Good block by Naylor. It's 1-1. If you remember playing Arizona earlier in the year, his brother was with the Diamondbacks. He was traded to Seattle at the trade deadline. 1-1 count. It's Josh Naylor over in Seattle nowadays. 1-1 off the edge, 2-1. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Infield back into the right. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball. 2-2. Two count. Down and in. Pitch misses. Full count. So Profar will be off to the races with 2 outs. Standing at first. Switch the screen so you can see it. The payoff pitch. Runner goes there. It goes. Hammers towards center field. Going back up against the wall. And it's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes the throw all the way home. And they're going to have Profar dead meat. That was an unbelievable defensive play by Sheeman. He caught it off the wall in the 1-hop and played it perfectly. I'm not mad at Freddie for sending him there. It was going to take a perfect play to get him.
Hi, y'all. It is time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is in hell. Why in hell is eggs so expensive right now?
Hey, you know why they used to call me Coffee in college?
I don't want to know.
Because I grind so fast.
Wait a minute.
What? What is it?
Train this kid to be my replacement, will I? Not on your tin type, sister.
Marriage is so much fun. One of my favorite parts is I get to hear that story that you always forget that you told me over and over again forever until I die.
You know, my TikTok account might be for laughing, but my bank account is for crying.
Welcome to Cooperstown for the 75th anniversary of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
2014 inductee, Greg Maddux.
Maddux receives 97.2% of the vote. It's like the ultimate all-star team. You're always nervous until you give your speech. You definitely don't want to bore people.
I was very fortunate to have a brother that I could learn from. He even taught me a little bit about science.
Oh, gosh.
It has to do with a little methane and a lighter, and I still get a huge kick out of it today.
We have fun. We have fun.
That was a unique relationship that I'm like.
The next 7 years were spent winning division titles, watching the kids grow up, watching John Smoltz's hairline recede.
My bald head was just all he cared about.
I spent 12 years in Chicago, 11 in Atlanta, and both places are very special to me. Without experiences in both cities, I would not be standing here today. On behalf of my family and all those I've mentioned, thank you for this incredible honor.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 0-0 your score if you're just joining us. Heck of a relay by Cleveland as the first pitch on to Naylor swung on and lifted high and deep into center field, drifting back, making the catch at the warning track for a loud out number 1 is Michael Harris. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. One away. That ball was hammered off the wall, and it was a great job by Sheeman to catch the short hop right at his shins, fire it to the cutoff man, Arias, who made a perfect throw to Naylor, and they nailed him, Profar, at the plate. First pitch on the way is off the 1-0 is outside wide. It's 1-1. Not sure what happened with this. And I'll tell you what. 1-1. High and out of the zone 2-1. Try to bring y'all different views, and every time I do it, backfires. 2-1 count. Brings it. Swing, slaps it down the line, foul. Nothing, your score. Bottom of the third, one out. The 2-2 to the number 9 batter, Rocchio. Down below the knees, full count. Brian Rocchio, spelled B-R-A-Y-A-N, batting .232 on the year, 1 home run. The payoff pitch, swing, chops and foul. We'll do it again. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch. Tonight, this is the game 1 of the doubleheader. We got Padres and Dodgers. Should be a great one. It always is between those two. Following this game, the payoff, pops it up. High in the sky, can of corn. Who wants it? Waldrop makes the catch. 2 down. For those of y'all who may just be listening along and not seeing Waldrop throw that pill, he has elite stuff. There's no doubt about it. Stephen Kwan takes the first pitch way outside wide, splitter. It's 1-0. What he has struggled with was his command, but he's been pretty good since he's come back. 1-0. Down and into it. You don't expect perfection, but you get him healthy and ready to roll next year and don't wear him out too much this season. The 2-0 slaps it down the third base line against the shift. Kwan is heading for second, and that's going to be a double, a 2-out double for the Guardians. Good piece of hitting there by Kwan. He was shooting for that spot. He slowed down his motion and just kicked it to the left as Nacho in the infield were playing him to pull. That is a guy I would have loved for the Braves to have picked up if they were looking at long-term solutions. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, splitter. It's a walk. Think you can get him a little cheaper as a DH/4th outfielder. The 0-1 to Schneemann. Swing, lifts it. High into center field. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the wall for a loud out number 3, and that'll end the inning. Kwan gets a double, but that's it. We'll be back in a flash. Wall drop, gum drop, doing well.
I'm literally pissed at my husband this morning because I'm on dead empty in my own car that he doesn't drive and didn't know it was on empty, and I put it off because it's so cold outside, but now it's even colder outside, and now here I am getting my own car, its own gas in the freezing cold, and I'm honestly pissed at him. Anybody else?
What's the difference between me and a fence post? One of us is hard to get through, but it sure ain't me.
I'm not a Hall of Famer. I'm the guy that doesn't take the trash out, gets cramps, picks up the dog out of the yard.
You meet someone every now and then that's like, oh, that's really cool. And, you know, Chase and I probably have the same, like, no, it's really not.
Yeah. He was always fun dad, though. He was always just playing around or jumping in the pool when they're little.
He'd always take us to mini golf on his off days. Yeah. He'd have to bring his own putter every time, would take it way too seriously.
I went there to practice my putting. No.
Yeah, he wasn't bonding with us. He was practicing his golf game.
I feel like Atlanta I was too young to like really truly remember. So definitely like Chicago, because I was able to go in all the time. Grew up, you know, throwing bullpens in the outfield and, you know, taking BP and taking grounders at third.
When he was younger, the Braves really didn't want the kids in there. Snuck him in one day in Pittsburgh. It's the second inning, and one of the clubbies comes down, and they're like, hey, Greg, Chase is up there throwing up. I'm like, oh, really? Are you kidding me? Go up there and come to find out he drank like 9 slushies and was throwing up the blue slushy. all over the Pirates clubhouse.
They had a make your own slushy station in, the food room. So I went in there as, a little kid and was just loading up the syrup. Just couldn't get enough. And
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Ronald Acuna Jr. comes to the plate, takes a hack at the first pitch, swings, fires it straight back. It's 0-1. Infield back into the left. Acuna struck out his first time up. So he comes off the IL tonight. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Upstairs. 0-2. 0-2 count. One iron in here. I saw an argument he would have gotten into today. The 0-2, high and out of the zone. 1-2. They wrote an article, one of those clickbait articles, on who the obvious is the 1-2 slices foul. I'll do it again. Who the obvious choice was to replace Snitker, and I got to laughing because there were people in there going, "Show her some respect," and all that. They were fighting back and forth. It was pretty funny. The 1-2 inside, misses 2-2. Four-seamer just below his hands. Was that an episode of Frasier? He's burying a seal. The 2-2 count. Anyone remember that one? Down in the dirt, ball 3, 3-2. Full count to Acuna. Standing on deck is Ozuna. Ozzie Albies in the hole. The payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first.
Bravo.
First time in a long time we got to play that one.
Bravo.
First pitch to Marcell Ozuna is right there for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, fouls it back. 1-1. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Guardians right there in the fight for the American League wild card. The 1-1 pitch. Change up. Teardrop on the end of the outside part of the zone. It's 1-2. Yankee fans, Red Sox fans, Seattle fans, for that matter, Houston fans, all paying attention to this score tonight. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over the mound. It's going to be a close play, and the second baseman, Rocchio, cannot get the grab. They're going to call Acuna out because they're going to say he interfered, and I don't know about that. I got to take another look at this. And Snitker finally comes out of the dugout. I mean, normally you would come right out there to fight for your guy. I mean, I don't know about that. That's no. I'm sorry, but that's no. You got to right to the bag, and he didn't. At first I thought he had a point, but he's running through. Your biggest problem is Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief, and he's about as useful as a $3 bill. Looking at the replay once again, you can't expect him to not go for the base, because if he slams on the brakes, he stays in the base paths, he doesn't interfere with the runner, and we've got nothing coming from the dugout but Ozzie Albies swings at the first pitch, and this is going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double. Now they're going to say Ozzie beat it. Thought they got it down there pretty quickly. Ozzie swinging at the first pitch. They're going to say he beat it out. Yeah, he beat it out. Who is in charge of making sure Marcelo Ozuna on that play? He's just dipping out of the play. Make the guy throw over your head. This team just gives up. We've got no fight in it. Michael Harris takes one at the knees. Four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. You don't run out of the lane and dip out before the guy ever turns to throw it so you don't get in his way. That's not baseball. The 0-1. Swing, smacks it foul down the line. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Top of the fourth. 2 outs. Ozzie at first. The 0-2 swing. That ball's going to get roasted through the hole. Through for a base hit. And Money Mike keeps the line moving. Ozzie stops at second. Right fielder Kafis got on it pretty quickly. This ends up being the third out of third, so good decision by Ozzie. I'm not sure you can get there. The ball was a worm burner. We've got first and second and 2 outs. Sean Murphy, the batter. Sean Murphy, batting average now down to 211. He struck out on 3 pitches his first time out. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss changeup. It's 0-1. I don't know why he'd see anything but those pitches. He could not handle any of those benders by Cantillo, and until he proves you that he can, he's probably going to get a steady diet of it. The 0-1, swing, just got a piece of the curveball. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. You don't really have another option in tonight's batting order, but you can make a solid argument Drake Baldwin should be starting. Even against the lefty, he's got pretty good numbers, and you could put him down in the order, but still have him in the game. The 0-2, down and away. Did he go around? Looked like he might have. Marquez says he held up. It's 1-2. He's getting fooled by that pitch. He might need another prescription. First came up and he was smacking the ball. We all thought it was because of the glasses. Well, that wasn't the case. The 1-2 count. Swing, smacks it back foul, do it again. They went with the high heat inside to set him up. He'll probably get another steady diet of the breaking pitch. Just enough to keep him honest. Mariners lead the Mets 4-3 in the third. The 1-2. Slaps it foul, change up. We'll do it again. Go ahead run is at first. Harris is at second. Go ahead run is at second. Harris is at first. Set it backwards. Ozzie Albies, the lead runner. The 1-2. Down below the knees, 4-seam fastball, misses 2-2. Sean Murphy, 16 home runs on the year. Seems like he's been sitting on that for 2-3 months. The 2-2 count. Down below the knees, 4-seam fastball, full count. Very surprised that he's going to that fastball over and over again. Man, if I'm back there behind the plate, I'm dialing up curveball, changeup all the way. But now you got a full count, so speed is going to be on the move. Runners go, the payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. All of a sudden, he could not find the strike zone.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Those last 3 balls were all fastballs that he missed the zone with. Very strange choice.
Don't try to fool me.
Very strange choice of pitches. They're going to have a quick powwow out there. Cleveland's pitching coach, Carl Willis, out there to talk to him. I did not know this until I was making my game notes. Sandy Alomar Jr. is the first base coach for Cleveland. If anybody remembers him. First pitch on the way to Nacho is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. In the dirt. 2-0. Count, bases loaded. Pitch on the way, in the dirt, ball 3-0. The third base coach for Cleveland is Rogeless Lodor. He is the uncle of Rognet, if you remember that big, is a 3-0 right there, first strike, 3-1. Remember the guy that knocked out the Toronto Blue Jay batter, Rognet Lodor? His uncle is the third base coach. When I saw his name, I was like, there's no way that that's an accident. They got to be related. Misspelling every damn name you can think of. Rugless as opposed to Douglas is how it's spelled. 3-1 count, Nacho Alvarez. Four at bats with the bases loaded in his career. He does have a base hit. It was a double, a 2 RBI double earlier this month. Something's going on out there where they're not showing it because somebody must be on the field acting a fool. Now you're seeing what you're seeing, but I don't know if they're picking up what it is. It's 3-1 count. I don't think it's something as simple as like a beach ball, because if it was, they would show that. It's got to be a fan acting a fool. It's Cleveland, rock and roll city. Someone might be drunk about it and fell out of the stands. You never know. It's enough where, first of all the fans are staring at whatever it is. I'm going to try to figure out what it is for you in a second. But it's enough where a couple of security people came behind home plate to take a look. Sure, somebody's posting about it, so I'm going to check my feed real quick. No one has posted about it yet. Whatever it is, you got the starting pitcher, Quintilla's walking around back of the mound. Looks like Well, no, because Nacho Alvarez isn't even at the plate. I thought everybody's getting back to their positions. All the runners are standing on the... So it looks like we're back to the whatever the heck that was. I'm still trying to find a update. Somebody's got to be there, but then again, they don't go to the games anymore. 3-1 misses high, ball 4. And so Ozzie Albies comes home to score. Nacho Alvarez with the RBI with the walk, and the Braves take the early lead.
Whoa, you check it out. What? Look, that guy.
Get me some nachos.
It is a sign. A sign. It needs nachos to help me score.
Nick Allen, your batter now. Bases loaded. Chops the first pitch. It's going to be a 6-3 put out, and Nick Allen should go sit on the damn bench. That's ridiculous. Guy can't find the strike zone, and he swings at the first pitch. Second time he's done it tonight.
Cool things we did at school that kids today will never experience. Taking a coin to buy a pencil and praying it's the one you really wanted, then going back to class and proudly sharpening it. Taking a big whiff of a marker, pretending to be high. Letting Elmer's glue dry on your palm and then peeling it off. Admit it, you did this at least once when you were a kid.
This is Bob, and yes, I'm in another battlefield. This is Stones River, as the Confederates called it, or Murfreesboro, according to the Union, where General Bragg and his 40,000 Confederates were wintering just south of Nashville. But here came Rosecrans, ordered by Lincoln, because he had not had a victory since Antietam and the Emancipation Proclamation. He wanted another one, and here in the mid-theater is where he thought he could get it, at this battlefield. It was brutal on both sides.
As he got older, I remember it just being like so funny. Yeah. I remember in, I think it was San Diego, and you were like 40, and they were just like yelling at you, like, eat another pizza, Maddox. We loved that one. That was funny.
If you asked me what was the one line that he said that most stands out to you, it would be, I'm playing with house money. He would say that to me all the time. Anytime I'd talk about, another Cy Young or some other record that he was approaching, an ERA under 2, he's like, playing with house money.
I never thought I was the best, but I always try to get the most out of my ability. Some guys try harder than others. Some guys work harder than others.
Everything to him was house money. That he was much better than he thought, pitched a lot longer than he thought, played on more winning teams than he thought.
This is the good one, though, the World Series trophy. That's the one you share for a lifetime with your teammates and family and friends and city. The Cy Youngs are nice, but I'm really probably the only one that cares about them. Lots of people care about that.
First pitch on the way to Jose Ramirez. Right there for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 slams towards center. Running back making the catch is Michael Harris just before the warning track. One away. Waldrop, he lived to tell that tale. He laid that right in the zone. Jose just missed it. First pitch on the way is a splitter from Waldrop, who, by the way, just threw his 48th pitch of the night. Right there for a strike. To Manzardo, it's 0-1. The 0-1 misses, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Outside. 2-1. The 3-1 pitch. Misses. Ball 4. One on, one out. First pitch on the way is a slider at the knees. It's on 1. The 0-1. Swing. Bangs it foul down the line. Arias. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Arias was the one that made that great throw off the great play from center field. Braves lead at 1-0. It'd be 2-0. It wasn't a perfect relay throw. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch there by Waldrop, his second strikeout of the night. Going against 2 walks, he's only allowed the 1 hit. You'd like to see a better strikeout to walk ratio, but I'm not going to pick this apart. I mean, he's pitching well, keeping us in the game against a good baseball team. Santana takes a swing and a miss at the slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Splitter down and away. 1-1 count. Slaps it foul and away. It's 1-2. Runner at first, 2 outs. The 1-2. Thumb set. Swing. Flips it back foul. We'll do it again. Joey Wentz on the bump tomorrow night. Fetty on Sunday. So you'd like to get the win here. Have a chance to win the series. The 1-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Splitter right there at the knees. And that'll end the inning. A little split pea soup when we head to the top of the 5th, leading 1-0.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is spectators. We're having steak tonight, and she wanted broccoli, but I spectators would taste better.
You know, health insurance is cool because you get to pay a bunch of money each month for nothing. Then if something happens to you, you get to pay a whole bunch more money.
I prefer paying all my bills at once so I can spend the rest of the month like relaxing and enjoying the $22 I have left over.
What's the difference between you and a Christmas tree?
I don't know.
Stays up for 12 days, has cute balls, looks good with the lights on.
What is this enticing bowl of white?
That's cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese? Like cheese from some cottage? Who's cottage? What is that exactly?
How do you not know what it is? Aren't you like a cheese guy?
I'm not a cottage guy.
You are going to make us lose this game.
I think Jay-Z or
Probably not a good time right now.
Too soon.
I mean, let's face it, he's the greatest pitcher I've ever seen in my lifetime.
He is the best, folks. He is the best.
Day in, day out. Start to start, consistently great.
It's known as a Maddox if you throw a complete game with less than 100 pitches because Greg did it so often.
There's nobody better than Greg Maddux. I don't care who it is.
He's the greatest pitcher I ever saw.
3
strikeouts for Greg Maddux.
I don't think there's anybody that compare to doing more with less.
There's nothing intimidating about Greg Maddux. His stature, his athletic ability, his fastball. Nothing's intimidating until you sit in your locker at the end of the night and you're sucking on an 0 for 4 because he's completely dominated you.
His demeanor was always the same. He just took one pitch to the next at bat. That was it. That's great.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Profar takes the slider. Just misses outside. I guess it's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Inside, changeup. 1-1. Might have been a bit inside, but considering the other one was on the outer edge, one of them's got to be a strike. 1-1 count. They set up inside again. The pitch. Bender, top of the zone, misses 2-1. Profar, 1 for 2 with a single in the third inning. He was thrown out at home after a perfect relay from center to short to home. The 2 outs, the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Two count. Swing and a miss, changeup, got him. One away. Cantillo at 86 pitches. This most likely his last inning. He's dialed up 4 strikeouts. So if you did take the over, you're going to need him to strike out the side. Not saying it can't be done, but he's about to face Olsen and Acuna. First pitch to Olsen. Bender, top of the zone, swing and a miss, touch behind that curveball. It's 0-1. The 0-1, down below the knees, 1-1. I'm not sure what's going on in Cleveland, but their batter eye is working. 1-1 count. There is a right-hander warming up in the pen, Cantillo. So I don't even know if he'll face Acuna. 1-1 count. Misses high, 2-1. Remember, they're not just going through the motions like they are in the other dugout. Cleveland's a half game behind and fighting for a wild card spot. The 2-1 pitch, outside wide, 3-1. So if you're Stephen Vogt, when you have a game like this that's right there in the balance, you're not going to punt on one. You're going to do whatever you can to try to keep your team in it. 3-1 count. Swing, slaps it back, foul. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch. High and out of the zone ball. Oh, my God. Called it a strike. It is not a strike. Home plate umpire Charlie Ramos blows another one. He framed it in the strike zone, but it did not end up in the strike zone. Bad call. And first pitch on the way to Acuna is right there. Up top for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Misses high, 2-0. 2-0 count. A little surprised with the right-hander in the pen ready that they're not bringing him out there, but I guess they want to see if they can get by one more. The 2-0. Right there for a strike, 2-1. So you still got a chance if you took that 5.5 on the plus money. He's teetering right there, but he's got to strike out at Acuna or strike out the batter after him. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. That ain't going to get it done. F6 in your scorecard. Can of corn, that'll end the inning. Cantillo's night's probably done. 95 pitches. We'll be back in a flash. Wall drop, gum drop, back to work.
Just got my electric bill today. Suffice it to say, if anyone comes to my house, they better have their phone flashlight on.
I gained and lost 60 pounds in 3 months.
Wow, that's almost impossible.
Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
By far, one of the stupidest things I've ever did was went to this girl's house because she said her parents were away on vacation. We decided that we're just gonna make some food together. So we're in the kitchen, you know, messing around, doing what couples do. And we made this casserole and put it in the oven. But for some reason, when we did that, her whole energy changed. I took that opportunity, you know, one thing led to another. And we're in the middle of her parents' dining room. After I was done, I felt like a tiger. My girlfriend picked up her clothes off the floor. She put them on, and she went to the oven to take out the casserole. But I was still in awe of how this all went down, so I went up behind her, and I was like, honey, what made you so spontaneous? What made you want to do this right now? And that's when she looked over at me, and the clock on this stove is broken, and I needed to set a timer for 2 minutes.
When he came in from the ballpark and put his baseball uniform on, must have been something kind of like what Superman would do.
There were so many little things about Maddox that made him so great. I mean, he was the best fielding pitcher of his generation. 18 Gold Gloves.
Maddox, one of the best fielding pitchers in the game.
I just look at Greg and I think from the neck up, he was better than anybody.
Maddox, though, you go straight from kindergarten to the master's program.
He's just smarter. And he'd be the last person to let you know that. He's not going to take any credit. Yeah, I got lucky. Yeah, you got lucky 355 times, didn't you?
I'm proud of the career I had. Just to be able to do that for as long as I did it, you know, you're just fortunate. You're fortunate that you're able to do that.
We'll never see that happen again. To pitch that well, that often, time and time again. I mean, I hope people enjoyed it then because that's the last you'll see of it.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Hurston Waldrop goes back to work. First pitch, slider at the knees. It's 0-1. We go 1. Down and in, 1-1. A 1-1 count. Outside wide, 2-0. Pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. Braves 1, Cleveland nothing. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hurston Waldrop, his 4th strikeout of the night. First pitch on the way to Bo Naylor is a slider outside the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Or 0-1, excuse me. Swung on, chops it foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Are y'all asking about the join the country club? Is that what Joe's asking about? 1-2. Swing, chops it foul. Do it again. I saw y'all chatting back and forth. I was trying to keep up with it, but there's other things that get popped in there. So I'm not 100% sure what you're asking about. If you're asking about joining the country club, is the 1-2. Swing, slaps it into right. Right at Acuna. He'll make the catch. F9 in your scorecard, 2 away. Yeah, to do it on an iPhone, I think you can still do it if you go onto a Safari, but you can't do it in the normal because Google is in an argument. So basically, Google wants to force you to buy an Android, and that's the reason. So you can do it from an Android, but you can't do it from an iPhone. I know the iPhone is more popular for a pretty good reason, but they purposely want to make it where they're not compatible. Slider on the way to Rockio, number 9ers, popped up over by the third base line towards the dugout. Nacho gives it chase, but it'll bend into the seats. It's 1-1. So I think you can do it in Safari. I could be wrong, because it's been a while since I had to do it, but I do know you can do it on your laptop, desktop, with no problem. But doing it in the iPhone, I think you have to go into a browser. I believe they allow it. The 1-1, chops and foul running too. They did at one point. Let me put it that way. 1-2 count. Braves lead at 1-0. By the way, Waldrop is at 74 pitches. We didn't even realize that when we first did this. Started the Country Club last year as the 1-2, fouls it away. And I thought, I was like, man, is there something wrong with my phone? I couldn't figure it out. And finally, we did a deep dive and figured out what you had to do. And I want to say Safari was the answer. The 1-2, in the dirt, 2-2. Which means that once you go back into the iPhone app on your phone, it'll show up as you being, but to sign up, you have to go into a browser. To me, the easiest way was just to go on to my desktop laptop. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with that splitter. Little split pea soup here on a Friday night. Braves country. Waldrop's 5 strikeouts into the game.
My favorite source of unnecessary stress is wanting to clean out my closet, but also knowing that 3 years from now, I may want to wear that shirt that has never actually fit.
Relax. Kids swallow quarters all the time.
Really?
Sure. If she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel, then you can start worrying, huh?
This is my most frustrating time of year as a professor at a gigantic state university. I have kids come to my Zoom office hours and they're wondering why they're failing. You're failing because you never came to class. That's all I talked about for the first couple of weeks. What the f*** are you doing not coming to class and somehow you think you're going to pass? And you want a break and extra credit? No. No, the main thing about college is going to class. So if you failed, you can recover. You can, I promise. Next semester. But get your head out of your ass. Go to class. Sit up front. Or admit maybe college isn't for you. And I'm not saying academically. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying, hey, if there's something else you want to be doing, go do it.
So, okay, so hold on a second. You're telling me that if Mike Schmidt were to walk in here right now, you'd say, I'm sorry, we're all out, we're sold out, Mike?
Who is Mike Schmidt?
Who's Mike Schmidt?
Bro, have some respect here, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know who Mike Schmidt is.
Come on, you don't know who Mike Schmidt is? He's only maybe the greatest third baseman in history and a legend in Philadelphia for all time.
When you're the greatest player that's ever played in an organization, name some of them. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, jeez, Mike Schmidt, come on.
There's nothing Mike couldn't do on a baseball field. If you needed a homer, he got it. If you needed a hit, he got it. If you needed to play, he got it.
548 home runs and almost 1,600 RBIs. And the defense, we'd see plays that he made at third base. It was magical.
Marcell Ozuna will lead us off here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Braves lead at 1-0. Righty-righty matchup is Festa. David Festa comes on. Fires the four-seam fastball right down the pipe. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Good sweeper at the knees. 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Swing, slaps it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Ozuna sitting at 20 home runs, 59 RBI. By the way, I think I said David. This is Matt Festa, his brother. The 0-2. Caught looking, strike 3 sinker. Right there for pay dirt. 1 away. What you'll see from Festa is a 4-seamer, a sweeper, a cutter, a sinker. Predominantly, you're going to see that 4-seamer and sweeper. They come in together at about 81% of the time. That sinker, he does it just to get you off guard, and that's what he did there to Ozuna. First pitch on the way, 93 inside for a ball. It's 1-0. It's funny, his velocity does not look that high, but the way it comes out of his hands, man, that ball is jumping on top of these guys. He crouches down almost like you're expecting as the 1-0's right there, first strike, 1-1. You're almost expecting a 3/4 delivery, but he just comes to a crouch, straightens up, and then slings it. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it over to first. That'll be an easy G3. 2 away. Found a cool video today while I'm doing the Once Upon a Pastimes, or not Once Upon a Pastime, excuse me, the On This Date in Baseball Histories. And they had a video of Babe Ruth and Walter Johnson during World War II. I believe it was 1942 is the first pitch on the way to Harris's chopped down the line, foul, it's 0-1. And evidently the Babe and Walter Johnson were at Yankee Stadium during a game between the Senators and Yankees, and to raise money for the war effort in between the doubleheaders is the 0-1. Chopped back to the mound. Good play by Festa. He had to juggle it for a second, and that'll end the inning. I'll finish that story when we come back. Pretty cool story about the Babe and the big train when we return.
I haven't had sex in so long, I'm afraid I'll forget how to moan. What if I f*** up and I bark?
You know, it seems like one minute you're young and free, and the next minute you're just excited that your Walmart delivery of groceries didn't have any substitutions or out-of-stock items.
Hi, ladies. How you doing? I want to kill you. Oh, yeah. Take a number, honey.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the solution to my anxiety is not compulsively drinking coffee and scrolling my phone for 5 hours a day, but I'm going to keep trying just in case.
Somebody's still a little touchy about losing last year's color war. No. She was on Team Blue, or as I like to refer to them as Team Blueser, and I was on white.
That's good.
And if you ain't white, you ain't right.
Have you learned nothing?
He's regarded as the best third baseman in Major League Baseball history. I wish I played defense like him. I wish I had power like him.
Long drive to left field. He buried it. He buried it.
Mike Schmidt was a star.
This is the greatest player in the history of the franchise.
Number 48 for Schmidt.
Mike would be on that Mount Rushmore of sports icons in Philadelphia.
Very few all-time greats. Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana. These all-time greats didn't get to play their entire career in one city. And if you have a guy that great and he plays his entire career in one city, it should be amazing.
But it wasn't always. Instead, the story of Michael Jack Schmidt is in fact a complicated tale. A saga of a superstar and a city may be best encapsulated by the words of the man himself, uttered along the way.
Philadelphia is the only city where you can experience the thrill of victory one night and the agony of reading about it the next day.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Welcome back, Braves Country. We head to the bottom of the sixth. They're clinging to a 1-run lead. Masterpiece so far by Hurston Waldrop, 5 innings, no runs, 5 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees to leadoff batter, Stephen Kwan. It's 0-1. Kwan got the 1 hit earlier in the game, a double down the third base line. Right there, slider at the knees, it's 0-2. Got the 1-2-3 hitters here due up in the 6th. The 0-2 in the dirt. Splitter misses. 1-2. Waldrop sitting at 79 pitches, so he's okay on that front. The 1-2. Splitter just missed the zone. 2-2. Kwan always has a good eye for the ball. He was being rumored to be traded. I still can't believe that is the 2-2. Slaps it foul. Stephen Kwan still has 2 more years of arbitration. He won't command big money because he's not a big power hitter. The 2-2. Slaps it down the line. We'll do it again. Two count. Man, if there's a guy you could add to the Braves offense out in left field and put Profar at the DH. 2-2, swing, rips it through the hole, and that's going to be in for a base hit. Leadoff single for Cleveland here to start the 6th inning. He always gives professional at-bats. He's a good base runner, solid defender. And that would really solve the top of the order. You'd either have him lead off or you could have him hit right behind the leadoff hitter. And he can get it out on a short porch right, and that's tailor-made for him to be looking at the chop outs. First pitch on the way is chopped on the right-hand side. Ozzie Albies has it, fires it to second. So 4-6 on the putout. But Schneemann, with good speed, the center fielder, no chance for the relay. So they'll swap positions there. And Jose Ramirez, who represents the go-ahead run, stands at the plate with 25 home runs. First pitch is down and into for a ball. It's 1-0. Third time through the order here. 1-0. Cutter misses below the knees. 2-0. 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. His helmet came off. He was coming out of his shoes on that one. 2-1. Man, oh man alive. Thank God he missed that one. The 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Looked like he went around. They checked down the line. Third base umpire Carlos Torres says that he did. It's 2-2. Two count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the strikeout. That splitter. Split piece soup again, baby. 2 down. Two down, and that'll bring up Manzardo, the designated hitter. Righty-lefty matchup. 2 walks on the night for Manzardo. They flip it over to first. Tried to catch Schneemann with his hand in the cookie jar. Working up in the bullpen right now is Austin Cox. Inside 95 to him. Arias on deck, Santana in the hole. Two-0 count. Right there for a strike. 2-1. The 2-1, high and out of the zone, ball 3-1. Three-1 count. Brings it right there at the knees. 3-2. Full count, 2 outs. Runner at first. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Little more split pea soup from Waldrop. 7 strikeouts. A 6-pack and a tall boy on a Friday night.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it. Just because I'm not doing anything doesn't mean I'm not busy. Doing nothing is a very thought out, planned activity for me. So
if we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. Eventually, we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead didn't die in vain.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is marinara. How fast do you think that car get up to? About 120 marinara?
I love my wife to death, but don't ask questions you don't want answers to. She asked me this morning if I would take a bullet for her. Would I take a bullet for you? Yes! But we both know that you are 100% the reason we're getting shot at in the first place.
Philly was known as a great sports town if you performed. If you didn't perform, they would boo you in a minute.
Sports fans in other cities enjoy sports. Sports fans in Philadelphia derive their life's joy from the outcome of games from their teams.
If you're associated with the Philadelphia media or town, you look for the negatives. I don't know if there's something about their upbringing, or they have too many hoagies, or too much cream cheese.
I think they appreciated him, but they wanted to see more emotions on your sleeve. I'm not saying he didn't want to win. He wanted to win as bad as I did, as bad as Bull did, as bad as anybody. But he kept things bottled up a lot. And I think he got punished for that by the fans.
You bum! You stink! You stink, you bum!
Welcome back to Braves Country.
Big play now. Boyd wide left.
Whoops. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Sean Murphy, the batter, so 7, 8, 9 batters due up here. First pitch right there from Jacob Junis is there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 92 inside. 1-1. Junis, you may remember him. He's kind of bounced all over the league, but Kansas City, and he was a starter at one point. He's found his mark here in their bullpen. The 1-1 inside. 2-1. 2-1 count. Check swing. Off the edge, 2-2. The 2-2. Outside wide, full count. We tried to look it up on our phones here in the studio. Y'all are asking about the payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up high in the sky, deep center field, just enough room to make the catch at the warning track as Schneemann on the way. Went into duck, we went into everything, and it appears that you have to go on a laptop desktop. But once you're set up, then you're good to go. So next time you're around one, that's how you would do it. Really is dumbfounding, because you would think that they would want, because remember, they take their cut, so you'd think that the Android would want you to be compatible. First pitch on the way to Alvarez is foul back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Top of the seventh inning stretch coming up, and then happy hour. Right there, slider at the knees, it's 0-2. Count. Brings it. Slider down below the knees. 1-2. 1-2. Swing. Fouls it back. One-two to Nacho. 0 for 1 on the night. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Yeah, Joe, honestly, the easiest way is to, once you get to a laptop or desktop, just sign up there. You don't have to keep it. In other words, you don't have to stay on that device, because after that, you'll be signed in on your phone. The 0-1 lifts it into center field, going in, and seeing eye single by Nick Allen. It'll look like a hot shot in the box score.
God, when people tell me you're going to regret that in the morning.
The system was so shocked that it it messed it up. We were trying to play the clip for Nick Allen. Nick Allen gets on base.
Hitting, not about muscle. Simple physics.
I don't even know why Schneemann was playing that far back.
Trajectory T, which G,
first pitch on the way to the
course,
four-seam fastball to Profar. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I mean, as light hitting of an outfielder as Allen is, I don't know why you would be playing. He was playing really deep. That's why he couldn't get to the ball, because it floated up there. Runner goes, shows strike, and the throw is down to second, smacked on the leg by the shortstop Arias. Tell you what, man, it's a pretty violent smack that he did there. I'm surprised Allen didn't come up, and he smacked it enough where Allen, when he got up, he was rubbing it on his hand. Marquez I believe they're going to try and challenge us. I don't know if there's enough there. It was bang, bang. And I have not seen. Let's see, when does the foot hit? He's safe. He's absolutely safe. 7th inning, so Vogt might be thinking it's worth a shot. If they get a single here, it would make it a 2-run game. In a low-scoring game like this one, every run is being fought for. He just got in there. They overturn this. Collusion, I tell you, collusion. You can see his foot hitting the bag and then the tag being applied. Arias slung that glove so quickly and smacked his leg. I'm telling you right now, if this was the old days, if that was Billy Martin, Billy Martin would have given him a knuckle sandwich. On sight. They're trying to call him out. There's no way. There's no way. His foot, the back of his heel, hit the bag before he ever tagged him. Bad call by New York. Bad call across the board. We'll be back in a flash. What a bunch of horse crap.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one. A two. A three. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the night. Find me something up
Daysbel Hernandez will come on. Daysbel Hernandez set to face 5, 6, and 7 hitters. The first pitch to Arias is swung on and belted down the right field line. Plenty of distance, but just foul. Took a right turn at Albuquerque. It's 0-1. Better calm that down there, Daysbel. The 0-1 slider down the way. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. High and inside. Gabriel Arias 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the day. Pitch down and inside. Daysbel always flirting with walking a ton of guys. I just wonder if they're going to keep him in the offseason, if they're going to try to move him. He's got to drive the coaching staff nuts every time he comes in. The 3-1. Swing, chops it. Back in front of the mound. Hernandez has it, flips it to first. One away. Usually he gets out of the jam. He's got an ERA of 2.38, but he's really difficult to bring in as a reliever if there are already ducks on the pond because he's so wild. You just know that he's about to walk a guy. That'll close the books on Waldrop. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits. He did walk 2, but that's not too shabby. First pitch on the way to Santana is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Carlos Santana. Still a pretty good power hitter late in his career. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 98 on the inner track. It's 1-1. One count. High and inside. 2-1. The 2-1. Nowhere near the zone. 3-1. Three-one count. Right there. Slider on the outer edge. Full count. He's walked 28 batters in 34 innings this year. As days been. He's also struck out 32. Swing. Pops it back foul. We'll do it again. I don't have it in front of me, but his balls to strike throw. It's absurd. It's almost 1-to-1. It's just not what you want. To pay off. Caught looking strike 3. Slider top of the zone. Yak him. 2 down. What you want to do if you're the Braves, you got to convince somebody that they can fix him. And if they can fix him, they've got a hell of an arm. But the Braves have not been able to fix him since day one. He is what he is. He's a guy that will typically scare the hell out of you and will typically get out of the jam. But eventually he's going to age, and that extra velocity is going to come back to bite him. The 1-0 right there on the outer edge. 2-0. And I don't know if a better diet and exercise would help him because he's always looked out of shape, so I don't know if that has anything to do with him not being able to hit the zone. It can't be helping. Pitch is a swing and a miss. Down below the knees. 2-1. Keeping your balance and coming to the plate. The 2-1 swing. Lifts it into center. Michael Harris is even going to have to move his feet barely. He took one shuffle step to his right, and that'll end the inning. He eating onions and spotting dimes. Daysbel Hernandez gets out of it. Oh, yeah. A little thing we like to call happy hour around these parts.
106 miles from Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
Okay. Let's get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody. I put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, we gotta understand it. We're on a mission for God.
welcome back. First pitch on the way to Jurickson Profar from Jacob Junis is heat at the top of the zone. 1-0, the 1-0, pops it up. Down the right field line, giving chase is that's Kafis in right. He'll just miss catching the ball there up against the railing down the right field line. Falls to the ground right in front of him. It's 1-1. Game 1 of a double bill tonight. We've got Dodgers and Padres coming up next year on Braves Country Radio. We'll have to step out of this link and go to the next. 1-1. Inside, almost gets him. It's 2-1. Four-seam fastball. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts that one. Got underneath that. Fly ball. Center field. Schneeman makes the catch one away. It's Peralta versus Clayton Kershaw tonight on that double dip. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees to Matt Olson. It's 0-1. Deer 1. High and out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, hammers it through the hole, and Matt Olson is on. Worm burner in between second and first.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
One on, one out. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Acuna. Swing! That ball's hammered over to short. Backhanded by Arias, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Good play by Arias. Hard hit ball. Acuna smacks his helmet. Probably broke the thing. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, leading by just 1 run. Ooh.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is diesel. Don't worry about buying me a new pair of pants. Diesel fit.
You know, I normally don't root against teams because I think that's not the. I don't give a rat's ass who win these games.
Of what?
I just want to say, so I never root. I don't care who wins. I mean, I just want the season to be over so we can go play golf and fish.
All right, let's.
But I root. The Lakers are such wussies. It's just really pissing me off. And I got to tell you something.
Oh no! Hey, you know we've got a guest standing by.
Well, the Lakers still suck when we get back from this interview.
Okay.
Hey, where's that Miami Dolphins ornament I sent you? You didn't hang it up?
I got my Jets ornament up there.
So?
So? I'm not going to cancel out my Jets ornament with the freaking Dolphins.
What, are you crazy? One ornament doesn't cancel out another.
They're both in the AFC East.
Mike Schmidt was born and raised in Dayton, Ohio, where he grew up to be a star athlete in 3 sports: baseball, basketball, and football. But a left knee injury his sophomore year ended his football career in high school. And when he later needed surgery on his right knee too, it looked like any dreams of playing sports beyond that were over.
So I started thinking about, well, what am I going to do with my life? And I went to school to become an architect. That was the one subject in high school that I really enjoyed. So that's one of the reasons that I went to Ohio University. I saw myself as an architect, like Jason Alexander on Seinfeld.
But Schmidt did try out for Ohio's baseball team, and he made it as a walk-on his freshman year, before becoming the Bobcats' starting shortstop as a sophomore.
That was the turning point in my baseball life, where that job opened up for me to play shortstop on the varsity team, and from that point on, I became a player.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Tyler Kinley being brought on to try to keep it right where it's at. Kind of figured Dylan Lee was not going to be available tonight. They used him quite a bit the last few days. First pitch on the way from Kenley. That slider down and in to Naylor. It's 1-1. I assume he's 1-0. Pops it up back behind home plate in between third and home. And Nacho's got the catch. One away. That's what you want if you got Tyler Kinley. They've got plans to use him quite a bit next year as well. He's got another year on his contract, and much like Pierce Johnson, guy that they're getting away from Colorado, and they believe they can get good numbers out of him. First pitch on the way to Rocky, who smoked over to second right at Ozzie Albies. 4-3, 2 down. So a pop-up and a ball that was absolutely drilled. And just like that, 3 pitches, 2 outs. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Now Stephen Kwan coming to the plate. 2 for 3 on the night. The only 2 hits for Cleveland, by the way. First pitch on the way. Slider top of the zone does not get the call. 1-0. They've used Iglesias the last 2 nights. 1-0. Up top for a strike. It's always what you run into. I swear, every time that you see Snicker make a move and put Iglesias in there in a game that's a blowout, then the next 3 games you're going to need him. 1-1 count. Swing pops back, foul to it again. You're kind of danged if you do and danged if you don't. It just seems like it always works out that way. I hate when they have to use the closer in a game that you don't need the closer for. 1-2. Down below the knees, 2-2. Good take. 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to first. Olsen has it. And Kinley covering the bag, and that'll end the inning. Cleveland goes down. 1-2-3. The only guy to get a base hit. We got him.
You're my 32nd lover.
You ain't been with that many men, Haley.
No. My 32nd lover.
Were you ever crazy about somebody back in the day? I'm talking like 20 or 30 years ago. Only to see them now and think to yourself, I'm glad I missed that boat.
Why does beer taste much better on a Friday? It's like it knows.
If they caused you to open your notes app, they ain't it. Now for the back row. If they caused you to open your notes app, move on.
Specs feet smell like hot dog water.
I can't help it. They're always sweaty.
I think it's important to go do social activities once in a while so you can remember why you prefer staying at home.
I went on to become All-Mid-American Conference player and an All-American, and I kept seeing more scouts in the stands at Ohio University, and my confidence rose. I just felt all of a sudden like it was a real possibility that I might get drafted.
He'd be the first pick in the second round of the 1971 draft for the Philadelphia Phillies, then the lowliest franchise in baseball.
You have to understand that Philadelphia, in the era he played in, nobody had ever won
anything. The Phillies had never won a World Series. They were the losingest franchise in the history of the sport.
And here's Schmidt coming in as a guy who they hope can be the savior. They hope can be the answer, the focal point, the foundation of a team that will win and bring that first championship to Philadelphia.
After a quick cameo in the big leagues in 1972, the highly touted prospect got the Phillies' starting third baseman job in 1973, but he struggled in the role.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, Braves Country. By the way, I was checking the scores a second ago. Milwaukee, who is in the middle of a 12-game winning streak, right? And it's their second 10-game winning streak of the year, which is just, must be nice. First pitch on the way is 97 right there at the knees. To Marcell Ozuna is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. They lead the Reds tonight 10-8. They trailed 8-1 in the second inning. The 0-1 outside wide. 1-1. Hernandez now the pitcher. So it looks like they're going to move that to 13 wins. Unbelievable. 1-1 count right there at the knees. 1-2. And the Reds are playing for a playoff position, right? They're on the road. They're in Cincinnati. You would think everything would be right for Cincinnati to break that streak up 8-1 in the second. 1-2 fouls it back to do it again. I mean, what in the name of New York Mets baseball is going on there in Cincinnati there tonight? Iglesias is warming up. So I think the idea would be that if they need a closer tomorrow night, they'll go to Dylan Lee. The 1-2 roasted through the hole, and that's in for a base hit. And we've got one on, nobody out, and the Big Bear trying to get us a little bit of insurance around this camp. Let's go, Braves Country! Smoke through the hole. And Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. Ozzie, as Eli White comes on to pinch run for Marcell Ozuna here in the ninth. And we're going to get a disengagement. Is that an automatic ball or an automatic strike? I believe it was the automatic ball. See how they ring that up. Now, they haven't put anything on the board, so maybe just a warning. I don't believe they do that. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Must have been some kind of a timeout called by home plate umpire Charlie Ramos, because typically when they do that and they come out, they're either ringing up a ball or a strike, but I don't see it on either cam nor on the official scorecard coming in electronically. I don't know what the heck that was about, but anyways, 1-0 count. They flip it over to first to keep Eli close by. Book of Eli looking to dial up a little white lightning here on a Friday night, try to get into scoring position. The 1-0 swing pops it back foul. 1-1. Eli had the base stolen. We'll have to retreat. One count. Braves lead at 1-0, top of the ninth. Let's get a crooked number here, really break it open. 1-1, chops it over to first. Santana's going to make the easy play and step on the bag at first. Eli gets down to second, getting into scoring position. And we've got one on, one out. Michael Harris II will stand in. Harris will pull the screen back. First pitch on the way to Harris. Swing! That ball's going to get laced over the head, the shortstop areas. Here comes Eli. He's cooking around third, and he's heading home. And Eli, will you talk about some speed, baby? Wow, Michael Harris coming through with the big base hit. Holy Toledo. The ball was smoked over the second base bag.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Arias leaped for it. Never really had a chance, but made it look good. Eli goes back to second, thinking the ball may be caught, didn't want to get doubled up. The ball drops down into center field, and Eli has enough speed to still make it home. 2-0 your score. Michael Harris at first. The first pitch to the Smurf is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0, down below the knees, ball 2, 2-0. A good time for him to get off the home run drought. Or at least put one into the, go shopping at the Gap on a Friday night. Hernandez is going to flip it over to first to keep Harris close by. Santana applies the tag, but not nearly in time. 2-0 count. 95, P at the knees, 2-1. Braves lead it 2-0. Michael at first, one out, the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 97. Blew it right by him, 2-2. As much as everyone does beat up on Sean Murphy, and look, he hasn't hit well, except for a small time here and there since he's been in Atlanta that comes in spurts as the 2-1 fouls back to 2-2. I will say this for Smurf. He spent an entire career in Oakland playing almost every day, and now the guy plays every other day, and I don't think he's one of those guys. I think most guys need to be in there on a regular basis to get the at-bats to stay in the groove of the 2-2 down the way 3-2. And if you got to make a decision, to me, Drake Baldwin is the answer, and you get a veteran to back him up, you let Sean Murphy go try to flourish somewhere, preferably in the American League. Let's not trade him in the division. The payoff pitch, 98 at the knees. Here comes the throw down to second, and calling him out. Harris, I think, believed that it was going to be a walk. He stopped, but instead it's strike 3, strike him out, throw him out, and Harris, Snickers finally arguing a ball and strike. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country, probably because he doesn't want to have to answer the question from the press later.
Do y'all ever wonder why we don't have giant drones and crazy flying over West Virginia? It's because we would have shot it down and stripped it for copper.
Dad, is there a reason Mom is just mad in her office right now?
Well, I'm sure she thinks there is.
Well, she's in there knocking stuff over, and I'm sure you have something to do with it.
I'm sure I do too.
Well, you gonna tell me what's going on, or what?
Last week she had to make an appointment for some event she wanted to do in Vegas. She was making hotel reservations, and I told her she had the wrong weekend, and she told me to shut up, I was stupid, and stay in my lane. So, mind my own business.
Okay, and what happened?
And this week she found out that she had the wrong weekend, the wrong hotel, and when she tried to switch it around, it's all booked up solid.
So she's mad at herself.
You think she's in her office mad at herself, yelling? No.
Okay, well then who's she mad at?
She's mad at me.
You? Why? You tried to help her.
Because she told me, hey, you're supposed to know when to stay in your lane, and you're supposed to know when not to stay in your lane and help me out.
Okay, then how are you supposed to tell her she's wrong without her getting more mad?
How do I know that? As soon as I figure that out, I'll let her know her boxes of Amazon products are out front in the grass getting rained on for the past 2 hours after she lectured me on what a sunny day today was supposed to be.
I'm blown away by the amount of people on my last post that keep commenting that it's a felony to shoot down the alien drones, as if anybody who would actually shoot down an alien drone and strip it for copper gives a if it's a felony.
In the minor leagues, obviously he was such a great athlete, he dominated. But in the big leagues, it doesn't happen overnight.
I wasn't able to make the necessary adjustments as a hitter. I hit under 200, under the Mendoza line, as they say, 196.
1973, the Phillies are playing the Dodgers, and my brother's a pitcher for the Phillies, my brother Kim. So my family goes to the game, and Schmitty struck out 3 times or something. And my brother John, he says, God, that Mike Schmidt's terrible. He's terrible. And my brother Kim says to him, he says, you wait, this guy is going to be really, really good.
Welcome back, Braves Country. Heck, if we can get out of this game fairly quickly, I might even get a break in between the double headers. I'll go ahead and fire up the chat on the doubleheader regardless after this game, but hopefully we can get out of this. Iglesias comes on. First pitch on the way from Eyeglass, 96, P at the knees. It's 0-1. 96, check swing, high and out of the zone, 0-2. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Yak, 1 away. One up, one down. First pitch on the way to Ramirez is a sinker. Off the glove of Smurf, it's 1-0. Reset your screen. I was able to get Eyeglasses in there just before the inning started. The 1-0. Fouls it back, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, lifted, high into right field, going back on the track, making the catch just before the wall. Ronald Acuna Jr. for a loud out number 2. Man, he gave that one a ride. 2 down. We'd taken that one out of circulation quite a bit because they quit letting it close every night, so we were like, it's taking up a spot, but might have to start leaving that one in now. First pitch on the way, 97 right there. For a ball, it's 1-0. The best thing that I heard last night, I couldn't record them both at the same time, so I recorded the Braves for you, but hearing the Mets broadcasters, man, they were hot after losing that series to Atlanta. 1-0 misses outside wide, 2-0. If you remember Todd Zeal, he's one of their in-studio guys, the 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And he was giving them the what for about how they've been playing. The 2-1. Swing, chops it off his instep, and the Guardians are down to their last strike. The Mets manager, what's his name, Mendoza? He was a stubborner and bubbling full in the postgame, too. Everything they asked him, he was like, well, they're pretty good. I think you're about to get fired, buddy. The 2-2, foul straight back, we'll do it again. But man, you haven't mastered the art of that's baseball. It's a funny game. We don't chase wins around here. The 2-2, swing, fouls it back. But that is the biggest difference between managing somewhere like Atlanta and managing in like just a a hornet's nest of New York City, Philadelphia, Chicago, LA, where everything you say is scrutinized. Atlanta, you can say anything and they just go, all right then. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. Iglesias. He is flirting with walking the tying run to the plate. The 3-2 just got a piece of it. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. If Smurf holds on to that foul tip, the game's over. It was a nasty spin off the bat. I mean, he barely kept it going. So a full count. Iglesias, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn time, baby, and this time it's for us. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. F5 in your scorecard to edit. Nacho with the catch. And that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. And your Atlanta Braves, they have now won 7 of their last 9 games. Three in a row. You never know. When we begin to start something, let's do it. Player of the game, I think without any doubt, when you have a game go where you only get 2 runs and you got a starting pitcher who's not even legal to drive yet, throws 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, Hurston Waldrop. Waldrop, Gumdrop gets the game ball tonight. Y'all have a great night. For those of y'all who want to have a great, even greater night, follow us over to the Dodgers and Padres. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like rooting on some Friars. Them Dodgers keep knocking them down. Wouldn't it be great if the Dodgers didn't make the playoffs? Holy cow. I think Fox and ESPN would all hold each other and cry. We'll see you on the other side.